Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and I thought, what better way to start off 2023 than with a build of the week, aka the old version of account roasting. So let's jump right into it. This is a submission from user Debashis 1996. That went by way too quickly. There we go. He's VIP 7. Let's jump right into this review here, guys. So this dude sends his account. Thank you very much for doing so. By the way, guys, if you're wondering how to get featured on build of the week, you have to record your build, whether it's your account, your whole account, whether it's your cards you want to look at specifically, or specific character or specific run, and then you have to send it to me in a public Google Drive. You cannot message me asking me to hold your hand through the process or any kind of thing like that. I got a lot of people doing that. But anyways, let's focus on the build of the week. So we have a fairly standard account here. He has the majority of characters unlocked, 247 out of 253. Very impressive. He does have a lot of characters with old uniforms. I saw original Professor X. I saw Black Widow with a very old uniform. He has a few tier 4s and things like that. So this looks like, you know, he's VIP 7, but he's been playing for a long time. That is what I gathered. And the fun thing about these build of the week segments is that I don't have that much information, right? He didn't send me an essay. He actually already has level 80 tier 3 Jean Grey. He didn't send me this player didn't send me an essay on their account. They just sent me a little bit of information. That obelisk is mega yikes, but we'll keep going with this. He has Molecule Man completely maxed out. He has Dormammu, he has Odin. So this feels like a long time player, right? And he's not a whale. He's only VIP 7. So there is more going on here. Now, he actually only included one question, believe it or not, one question with his submission. And his question was, should he remove his CTP of Judgment that he has on Supergiant, and should he move that to Jean Grey? Now, I'm actually not going to answer. There's the CTP in question. I'm actually not going to answer. I'm going to let you in the comments fix this guy's build of the week, okay? I'm counting on you. It's 2023. It's time to take some responsibility on this channel. You viewers, you audience out there, go to the comments and let Debashis 1996 know. Let them know. Be like, yes, you should move your CTP of Judgment from Supergiant to Jean Grey, or no, don't. And if you see people that have already posted it, you can thumbs it up. You can reply and be like, I agree, or whatever. I'm just gonna leave it up to you guys. You know what? We're gonna have fun this year. I don't really care what it takes. We're going to have fun. Now, the rest of his build is fairly straightforward as far as his account goes. He has a few spare CTPs, which is smart. You know, if there's any upcoming metas, he has an opportunity to move CTPs around. He has a brilliant destruction, by the way, which I've never gotten before. So kudos to you to being able to flex on me in the very first build of the week for having things that I do not have. He has almost every single sector unlocked on dispatch as well, which is very, I mean, he has all the sectors unlocked, but he has almost all of them maxed out. You can see 15 out of 15 on 9, 10, 11, but he's only 13 out of 15 on number 12. So, you know, he has to finish their 12-1 and 12-2, those last two missions. Not exactly sure where they are. As far as his World Boss Legend progress, it's pretty good. 72 on Null, 67 on Mephisto. So you can see he's spread out his grinding. He hasn't just focused on one boss. So he's probably, you know, been able to conquer all of them. As far as the actual gameplay goes, you can see he's showing he's gotten up to stage 39 of Null, which is pretty good. He's gotten very similarly to 42 on Mephisto. Gore, he's even gotten up to 19, 20. Okay. Not bad at all, but yeah, he's a little bit of misogyny there for those folks wondering. And then he's also gotten up to 20 on Ultron. Again, you want to aim for at least 20 on all of these bosses, because that's when the booty boxes, them booties, can start dropping the premium items, the CTPs, the premium cards. He showed that he got to stage 135 Shadowland. Very impressive. One of the last big achievements in Marvel Future Fight for any player. And then he quickly flexes his ABX ranking in his alliance with Mutant Corps. Kind of a nice guy to shout out his alliance. I like it. I dig it. Now, included in this build of the week, Debashis sent me a link to a video where he did a GBR clear with Black Bolt. And I'm guessing he included this one because he was impressed with it. However, I have a lot of critiques. I have a lot of roasting to do. I got a lot of roasting left in me, dog. So I'm going to be watching this now with you guys. We're going to start over at the beginning, but I just want to intro this for you. We're going to start over, and I'm going to tell you guys exactly what he's doing wrong, because spoiler alert, he does quite a few things wrong in this run. So we're gonna go through and watch, and I'll point out moments, and we'll go back and look at moments where he completely goofs up the rotation. And even though you have a character tier 4 or level 80 or whatever, and you have the right CTP and you have the right whatever, all of those things aren't just automatically going to make the character good. There's a few characters that I guess you can get away with that for by just spamming their rotation, but most other characters you still have to learn the right sequence of button presses, and the sequence of button presses from 5 to 6 to 1, whatever, that is so important in Marvel Future Fight. So let's check it out here. He goes in with 5, which is the correct move. Now he holds 5 for way too long before canceling into 3 and then 4. Okay, and then he doesn't do 1 or 2 at all. So that's the first mistake that I see. He held 5 for way too long, and then he completely skipped the 1 cancel 2, which actually has some decent damage and also helps you build up the 6th skill faster. Okay, next rotation comes along. He does 1 and 2 first, which I personally, again, this is sort of like your way of playing versus my way of playing, but I honestly think with his build, the fact that he has double supports, he could definitely have done this faster if he had done a different rotation. So I would have done 1 and 2 in the first rotation rather than starting the next rotation with 1 and 2, and then I would have started the next rotation with 5. So he starts the next rotation with 1 and 2, then he does 5, then he does 7, then he waits and does 3 and 4, and then he does 6. So if you look at this right now, how he set this up. Wah, wah. He set it up so that by the time he presses his tier 3 skill, which is the highest damage skill that Black Bolt has, he already wasted 2 seconds on his tier 4 buff, which is very important because remember, you want that to last into the next rotation as well. And he only has 2 seconds left on his, I think he has a CTP of Rage. So he only has 2 seconds left on his CTP of Rage proc. That is not good at all, because that means that you're not getting the full damage of it whatsoever. So that was a big no-no. Let's keep going. You can see there he's not going to get much of the damage that he was hoping for. He only gets about 10 to 15 bars where he should have gotten like 30 to 40 bars. He's first place, but now he's completely messed up his rotation. Luckily, he can reset it with this little mini game. But otherwise, that was just bad execution and delayed execution. And I think it all started from when he held that 5th skill for way too long at the very beginning. Okay, so he switched back. He goes back into 5. Again, he holds it for way too long. He waits for like the second roar that Black Bolt does. And that's just way too long, right? Because then you can't fit everything in. Now he just starts spamming 7. Then he spams 3 into 4. He's obviously noting the damage left, like the HP left on Dormammu, so he just sort of panics and like, I just want to get to the next phase. That's fine. He should have been at the very back of the arena. Okay, back into 5, and he holds it until, you know, Kingdom Come. Here, this is where I think some people are going to disagree with me, but I've noticed in the second phase of the Dormammu fight, Black Bolt, almost all of his damage, even for like a stacked account, a lot of his damage comes from his tier 4 skill being active. So I actually like to delay the tier 4 skill until the rotation where I'm gonna use the tier 3. Okay, anyways, so he pops off the tier 4. It's got 5 seconds left. He's doing his next rotation. This is fine. Again, look at this. He has there, he finally does it. He finally does 1 cancel 2. Oh, he finally gets it. Okay, there we go. But then he does this like weird thing again where he like ad-libs his rotation. It's difficult, you know. You have to be very disciplined when you play this game, and especially when things are going crazy. But yeah, he activates his tier 3 skill when he only has about 3 seconds left. Not the best. I mean, it's not bad. It's definitely better than before. But then again, he starts off with 1 cancel 2 is not the worst there. There we go. He's doing it, yeah, but you can see like the damage is not very good, so you really have to land it all on the tier 3. He starts the next 5th skill way too early, and at this point, see, he's kind of just spamming because his tier 3 hadn't even, or his rage proc hadn't even activated, but he was already going into his tier 3. And you can see here the tier 3 does really sad, really sad damage without the buff up. You can see here, look, he's about 25 bars, right? He pops the tier 3. The rage proc activates. He gets barely 3 bars. Barely 3 bars from the tier 3, right? That's not what you want to see. It's because the tier 4 buff is not active. So my advice to you, Dabashi, is to, you know, try to line things up so that you can, like, to me it's like almost not worth activating your tier 4 buff when you're doing your regular rotation, unless, right, you'll be able to squeeze your tier 3 into the last 5 seconds of that that tier 4 buff. So here we go. He does his next rotation. This one's a little bit tighter, but then he follows it up with the 1 cancel 2. Nice, nice, nice. Here he presses the 7 way too quickly, right? And then again, yeah, you gotta wait, because you want to do 5 cancel 3 cancel 4 into 6, right? You want to make sure that all those buffs line up and everything lines up. So take a break, right? Rather than trying to spam everything in sort of like an endless rotation, I feel like if he just took a 1 to 2 second breather in between rotations, there he flew into the orb. He just wanted a ball to the face so badly, like those kids in dodgeball who were just magnets for it. All right, we're going through the end. I mean, listen, he doesn't do a bad job, right? He doesn't do a bad job. Let's take a look at this. The final tally here, right? 3 minutes 12 seconds. He does 1.1 billion damage. So if we do a quick little damage calculation, 1103.59995 divided by 180, 192, we get 5.736 million damage. That's pretty good. But just to give you guys a reference for my content, right, I'm pushing 9 to 10 million damage per second. So that's about, it's almost double, right? It's almost double what he did. And if we go back, take a look at his cards, you can see he has 19% pierce, 84% all attack, 25% energy attack. My stats are a little bit higher, but he still should be a lot closer than, you know, his run being over 3 minutes and his damage being almost half of what I can achieve on average with Black Bolt using 2 support characters. So it definitely boils down, in my opinion, to the rotation and just having the discipline to do it in the exact same way every single time. It can get a bit robotic for sure, but it ends up with, you end up with better results overall for your run. So hopefully that's been helpful to you, Debashis. Congratulations on being #1, the very first on Build of the Week. Wow. And insert fart noise. And yeah, that's it. I wanted to feature this for you guys today. I wanted to show you what it's all about, what it looks like, and I wanted to encourage all of you in the new year to do the same thing, because I think it could be really fun. We can have some really funny clips, not just flexes and stuff like that, not just roasting noobs, but we can also get some funny stuff in there. So yeah, hit me up with your submissions. Thank you so much for watching. Smash the like button. Let him know about Supergiant in the comments, like I wasn't joking. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care.